Scenic Hotel Group, a place to stay no matter your staycation. From the Legacy Collection for those special occasions to Heartland Hotels with room for the whole whānau. Find your place to stay at scenichotelgroup.co.nz.
You might remember a movie that came out last year called Phantom of the Open, which was about an average golfer who ended up playing in the Open Championship. Well, New Zealand's got its own version of that movie. The New Zealand Golf Open starts on Thursday in Queenstown. Major sponsor Hyundai gave Kiwi golfers the chance to win a spot at that tournament. Thousands of golfers entered their scorecards into a random draw, and the name they drew out was John Solly from Turangi. Now, John's won 5 days down at Millbrook for two people, all expenses paid. He'll play at least 2 rounds in the New Zealand Open and a practice round. If he makes the cut, which seems unlikely because most amateurs playing against pros don't make the cut, but if he makes the cut, he'll play the final 2 rounds, and even if he doesn't, he gets to play Jack's Point instead, which isn't a bad default option by anyone's standards. A real Cinderella story, and John Solly is with us on the show. How are you, John?
Very good, thank you, Jason. Pleased to be here.
Great to have you on the show. Now, tell us how this all happened.
Well, on my golf app, .golf, they sent out an invitation to apply for winning this fantastic prize, kindly donated by Hyundai, for entry into the Pro-Am and accommodation and travel and merchandise and everything. And I said to Suzanne, my partner, I said, I'm going to win this. And she laughed at me and carried on, and I just said, okay then. And then a month later, when it came in email form, I passed her my phone, and she couldn't believe it. It's just amazing, absolutely incredible.
So there must have been, I don't know, John, hundreds, thousands of entries into this, and they've pulled your name out.
Yes, yep, they're very good at doing things like that, they tell me.
That's amazing. So you'll be heading down to Millbrook, so you're actually going to play in the New Zealand Open?
Yes, as a Pro-Am. We play with a professional, and after the first 2 days, the Thursday and Friday, the top 40 teams go through to play the Saturday. And then if we're in the top 10 teams after that, we go and play on the Sunday. So I could end up playing 4 rounds.
This is absolutely outstanding. This is brilliant. Have you played Millbrook before?
I have played Millbrook before, yes. About 3 years ago, we went down. We have a motorhome, and we cruised around and played a few.
You sound like a very laid-back character to me, John. Are you nervous at all about this?
Lots of people ask me that. I probably will once I get on the first tee, but I've played a bit of sport in my day, so once you start doing it, it all comes natural. So I'm just so happy to be there and to meet people like Ian Botham and McCullum and Jeff Wilson and all the golfing pros as well.
Yeah, oh no, it is a real, it's an A-list celebrity event, absolutely, and yeah, you'll get the chance to rub shoulders with some of them and the pros as well. How long have you been playing golf, John?
Oh, I've been playing quite a while. I'm 63 going on, and I've been about 9 I started. My grandmother had a farm, and she had a little chip and putt around the tennis court and over the chicken coop and around the veggie garden, and I sort of learned to chip and putt back then with my brothers and sisters and cousins, and I haven't played full-time all that time. I've done, like most Kiwi people, played rugby and cricket and all that sort of thing, and during my travels around the place, I sort of didn't have time for golf, but I've been playing probably seriously for about 15 years now.
So you'd be a decent player, John, are you?
Well, I'm 6.2 or something on the thing, and yeah, I can play. I can hit a ball. No,
fantastic. So just taking this back then, presumably this was open to anybody to enter who had the app, as you have. So in many ways, I bet the organisers are delighted they've pulled someone out who can actually hit a ball okay.
Well, I would presume so. And the good thing about it is I do own a Hyundai as well.
So amazing.
It's a win-win situation for them, yes.
Now, I see the prize is for 2. Now, given the fact that your partner, Suzanne, didn't have a lot of faith in you being pulled out in the first place, has she earned a trip down south, John?
Well, I had to think seriously about it, yes. She first volunteered to be my caddy, and then she realised that she might end up carrying my bag because you can't take trundles. You'd have to carry it for 4 days, and then she said, well, I think you better go and get a caddy. I think I'll just come and watch. So, no, we're both looking forward to it, and we're starting to think about clothes and stuff like that.
Absolutely fantastic, John. Had you had the opportunity to watch the New Zealand Open before?
I went to a New Zealand Open back in the 80s at Titirangi and saw Curtis Strange, the American golfer, get a hole-in-one. And that's about the only one I went to. I used to go to the old PGAs back in the 60s and 70s at Mount Maunganui because we had a batch not far from the course. But people like Cal Nagel and even Bob Charles was sort of playing back in those days as well. So I've been to a couple, but yeah, not for a long time.
Well, not only do you get to go to it, you get to play in it. This is a wonderful story, John. I'm so pleased we got the chance to chat to you. Enjoy yourself. It'll be an amazing experience for you both, I'm sure, and we look forward to seeing how you go, and hopefully you can last deep into the weekend.
Well, I hope to. I plan to, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Hyundai New Zealand for this opportunity of a lifetime.
Unbelievable, John. Thanks so much for joining us on News Talk ZB.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Thanks, John. John Solly, there you go. Phantom of the Open, drawn out from thousands of golfers around the country. He'll be playing the New Zealand Open starting in Queenstown, Millbrook and Queenstown on Thursday. Terrific stuff.
Hello, I'm Francesca Rudkin.
And I'm Louise Airy, and we're excited to be working with the New Zealand Herald on our new podcast, The Little Things.
So Louise and I have been friends for probably over 13 years now, and we've been through it all: kids, relationships, health crises.
Menopause.
Let's not get into that just yet.
I think we can both agree that there are times we just wish we had one place to go for some explanations on what's going on with our bodies, our kids, and the relationships in our lives.
And this podcast is all about those little things that women need to know about getting older, raising kids, staying healthy and taking care of yourself at whatever age and stage you're at.
So join us every Saturday to hear from the experts and get all the advice and tips you need.
Listen to The Little Things at nzherald.co.nz or follow us at iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.